Alright, so first I want to say Prism Live Studio just fucking lied to me. Not exactly sure what that's all about. Because it's just like, oh, you dropped encoding frames. There is literally nothing else open on my fucking computer. So I have no idea what the hell that's all about. Anyways, welcome back to the annual checkup video series thing. Is it really a series? I don't know. Enjoy the first-person shooter gameplay in the background. Totally didn't happen the last two times. Okay, if you've seen the previous checkup videos, you guys already know what this is about. For those who are somehow unaware, long story short, these checkup videos is essentially just me talking about some stuff, blah blah blah, that kind of went over the years and whatnot. The thing is, ever since the last checkup video, nothing really too crazy happened, or at least nothing that was really worth mentioning, in my opinion. There was a lot of different stuff that happened, sure. And there are a few things that I will bring up in this video, but nothing too crazy, so I'm not going to do like a recap of some things that kind of went on in life, because there's really honestly no point in doing that. So, yeah, no. Instead, I'm just going to be kind of just chatting for the sake of chatting, and most of you guys liked the previous two videos for it, so fuck it, we'll do it again. Who cares, right? Anyways, let me first start off with talk about content creation stuff, just to get that out of the way, because I know that's like my fucking magnum opus in life, totally. All I can really say is that recently I've been able to stream a little more. I'm finally getting like the motivation to stream and actually do stuff with that, which I guess is pretty cool. That's an improvement, going from streaming to not. And videos are fun to make too. Although by the time of me recording this, I'm trying to edit a Tekken 8 video, and I just don't have the motivation to edit that one. So I literally went out of my way, just like, I'm gonna look through my clip shit and just simply fucking I'm just gonna fucking make a Under Night 2 video, because yeah, I have the clips for it, so I might as well turn it into a fucking Under Night video. Or not turn it into it. What the fuck am I saying? Sorry, it's like, this is not a voice I'm working with or anything. I was trying to rehearse it earlier before I started, but it's a little thing called God Hates Me, so it's not that great at all. I mean, the quote-unquote finalized voice that I'm working on is not really that great at the moment anyway, but damn it, I wanted to show it off at least. But whatever, that's not a problem. Let's get back on topic. On my little script thing that I made for talking about content creation, I have a little thing that said potential multi-streaming. So, in case you didn't know from the little jab I made in my software I just made a couple seconds ago, I now use Prism Live Studio, which so far has been a major improvement in comparison to OBS. It just has a lot more features, and so far it seems to be functioning a lot more properly. Now, don't get me wrong, I have gotten some messages that make absolutely no sense. Like, for example, when I first launched the application to make this video, I got a notification thing saying, hey, you got some dropped frames, and I'm like, I'm not even recording or streaming. What are you talking about? Back on topic. Prism Live allows you to multi-stream, if you will, and I originally tried to see if I could stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Now, don't get me wrong, my computer is capable of doing this, but not too properly. Drop frames do come in a lot because it's trying to function with both of the sites, and Twitch becomes delayed by 10 seconds as opposed to the usual 5 seconds that I have when I stream, so I decided to just stop doing multi-streaming stuff, even though I only tested it with one stream. It's not terrible by any means, it's just that my computer right now can't really do it properly, but maybe in the future we could do something like that, do some multi-streaming shit, because I kind of want to, because streaming on YouTube would be like fucking great, but unfortunately sometimes there's just some things we cannot get, so it is what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna skip forward through my script because I realize it's not organized at fucking all. Whoever organized this was trash. Oh wait, that's me. Anyway, back on topic. So for VTuber stuff, I finally have a fucking finalized design that I'll hopefully keep for at least more than 3 months. I don't fucking know. We'll see. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. But no, yeah, well, we got that out of the way, and, basically I've been doing some other stuff in terms of VTubing to basically try to get myself back into it. I've been trying to write some lore. I was trying to do some like design ideas for like long future. And the reason I say long future is because, well, in case you guys don't know, I change my design every 2 fucking days. Yeah, y'all make jokes about me fucking changing my name a lot, but as soon as I fucking change the 3 different hairstyles and colors, oh no, that's where it's perfectly fine. Yeah, totally. Makes total fucking sense. But, no, I have this, like, Word doc thing, if you will, that, like, has a bunch of categories and shit for, like, potential design ideas, and it is far from perfect. These are just, like, ideas that, like, if I come up with, I kind of throw them onto the thing, but they are, by no means meant to be finalized design ideas. They're just kind of stuff I'm throwing out there to just be like, hey, this looks kind of cool, so we'll just kind of throw that out there, but... yeah, there's that. Now, on this script thing I made, it says video ideas for VTubers. Now, if I'm being honest, I do not fucking recall why I put this here or what the original intention was. If I had to make a guess, it was probably, it was either maybe listing ideas for like YouTube shorts / TikToks, or maybe videos with other VTubers, but since I've never even done an official collab in my entire life, I don't know why I would have thought that was a good idea, if that was my idea. Just know that's on the script, and I just wanted to point and make fun of it because fuck it, bro. What's it really matter? Alright, so let's go to more, less as much on the content creation side, because like I said, I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way. Next we'll talk about is just some life stuff, but specifically me being standoffish. Most people who know me already know I'm typically someone who does stuff by myself or alone and whatnot. And gee, I wonder what's taking influence over that again, but that's besides the point right now. The point is, there was this server that I have created that I should really kick a certain someone in because I fucking hate them. Again, besides the point, I'm saying that a lot, huh? But I used to go into the VCs all the time, and nowadays I'm just like, I do join the VCs, but not as often as I used to. And it's not because I don't want to, per se, but it's like I'm trying to focus on other shit in life, and I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to exist in my own way and just do some other shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, no, I've kind of just been doing my own stuff, going back to playing more single-player games. Kind of going back to how I was in 2021, at least in terms of the shit that I do, because, you know, that's just more fun to me and whatnot. And even when I do get multiplayer games involved, it's either games that die the next day or their popularity drains. I can't speak for Lethal Company's case, but most of my friends kind of just stopped playing it, so, like, I had no reason to play it. I was originally planning on making a 3rd video on Lethal Company, but since most people don't want to play it, and I'm not playing that shit by myself, yeah, I'm assuming there's not going to be a 3rd fucking video. Okay, so anyways, that's that. In terms of just base life, like just existing and stuff, been doing some college stuff, which I don't recall if I brought up anything college related in my last checkup video. Probably not, and if I did, it was from the previous college that I was in, because I'm in a new college now for graphic design stuff, so it's kind of cool. I'm able to go at my own pace and whatnot. The only downside is I still got to do some webcam shit, which is cringe. I don't care what anybody says, it's cringe and disgusting. But hey, I guess that's just what you gotta do, you know? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still alive, I guess. Yeah, I'm just still alive, you know? So I think that's a positive. Depending on who you are, it doesn't really matter, I guess. But it's whatever. I'm alive, we're breathing, and life is going okay. I still don't like life or Earth, so don't you dare try to think like, oh cool, her depression's lessened. Fuck off, bro, that's never gonna happen. Hell, there was a situation where it's just like, I was told just like, I'm pretty sure you're insulting yourself because you want people to compliment you. And then Brennan had to walk up just like, she won't even let me compliment her. Shut up. Like, people are really good at being wrong about me, but I guess that's just normal or something. And that's pretty much all that I have to say about my checkup. At least about me. Because I can't just end the video here, because first of all, it's only been like 12 minutes, and second of all, there's still a couple other things I want to bring up. And it's not so much about me, but so much as just... Okay, well actually some of it's about me, but it's kind of some stuff I wanted to bring up, because if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm slowly not giving any fucks anymore. In case you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I made a tweet right before New Year's for 2024, basically having some New Year's plans, and one of those plans in questions was to give less of a fuck about my opinions more than I already have. So, in other words, if something goes wrong or if something happens and whatever, I'm not gonna give a fuck about how I address it anymore, because nobody else is giving a fuck, so why should I? Now let me start off by addressing something, and this is it's not really so much as a negative thing, this one portion, but I really wanted to bring it up. In case you guys haven't seen the last checkup video or noticed any of the jokes that I've been making up until this point, basically, long story short, I'm aromantic. In other words, I have no interest in romance whatsoever. Despite me being in relationships in the past, I don't foresee it. Romance is kind of fucking weird to me these days. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily despise romance per se. I mean, hell, a lot of my friends are in relationships and I'm proud of them. I think it's fucking awesome and whatnot. But here's the fucking thing. And I kinda had to lie, right? There's some people, and I'm not gonna say any names, and I'm not saying this as a bad thing, okay? I wanna make this clear. For those who have told me something like this, I ain't downplaying you. I want to make that clear, okay? And I'm gonna address that, okay? I'm gonna address why it's not downplaying, okay? There are some people that have like tried to convince me that I will eventually, give in and go into romantic stuff and whatever, maybe get a partner and just find the right one for me. And I had to lie in essentially agreeing with all of that. Not necessarily because, it's not because I wanted the people who were telling me that to shut the fuck up, because that's obviously not the case. I mean, I am a rude bitch, but I'm not that rude, But there is a reason I kind of lied about it, is because I was kind of iffy about why I dislike feeling romantic feelings and why I've kind of been pushing myself away from that sort of stuff, essentially. And now that I finally actually have a grasp as to what it truly means for me, I can finally address it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. So, first of all, if you've had a crush on somebody, whether it be girl, boy, it doesn't matter, right? You have a crush on someone, you want to be with them and whatnot. You're probably familiar with this, like, fluttering feeling within your chest, to where it kind of feels like an anvil is, like, trying to push it down, but, your heart still needs to stay where it's at, so it's, like, getting up and whatnot. It's basically kind of like the equivalent of... I was trying to think of the JoJo stand that, like, fucks with gravity. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where it, like, pushes them down. I think it was a part 4 stand. I really don't remember. The point is, your heart gets, like, kind of, not heavy, per se. I don't know the correct term for it, but the point is you get anxious, you get a little nervous, butterflies in your stomach, those kind of sayings and whatnot, right? And you would probably think, okay, yeah, you could get a little embarrassed from that. Not really a bad feeling, though. I hate that fucking feeling, alright? Now hang on, I know some people are going to jump and try to say that I'm making shit up, but hear me out, okay? Looking back at some of my experiences where I did have crushes on people and where I had these sort of feelings going around and whatnot, looking back, I was in pain, actually. And not in pain with, like, me going, like, oh, if I confess, they're going to reject, or, like, shit like that. I was in pain because of how anxious I was feeling. And with some other stuff that kind of went, especially after getting into some of these partnerships, it basically just increased my anxiety and sort of just made things a lot worse for me mentally. which is not the fault of anybody that I was either with or had crushes on or anything like that. It's more of just me not really knowing much about how I was feeling at the time. Originally, when I was first developing crushes on people, I sort of thought it was just normal, right? And technically it is. Well, I don't know if normal's the right term to use, but it's I guess it's what is expected in society, if that kind of makes a little more sense. Again, I don't really know how to describe this sort of stuff, but essentially, right, looking back at all of that, when I thought about all the feelings that were like inside of me, looking back, I was fucking miserable. And I don't know if it was because of the anticipation of all of it, and I thought it was, but looking back at some of the relationships where I actually was in, I still had those similar kind of feelings. Well, not like the feeling of anticipation, but like those kind of feelings with, like, you know, where you kind of feel like they're still your crush in a sense, but then there's some relationships that went on for at least longer than a week, which I know, new record for me, am I fucking right? To where I still felt pain in my chest. I still felt just a painful, just everything, honestly. It was not great. It didn't feel good. And I just felt more anxious and stressed out, and honestly, it sort of made me passive-aggressive towards a lot of things. Not necessarily because I wanted to be aggressive, it just kind of fucked with my mental mind and whatnot. So that's why nowadays, whenever I'm meeting new people or talking to people who I've talked to for a long time or whatever, I basically have to tattoo it into my brain of friend. Okay? Or best friend, if they're, you know, that close and whatnot. And don't judge me, okay? I have like 600 best friends, so leave me alone. I think another thing with me too is just I don't like having one or maybe a few people, especially if you're polyamorous and you have multiple partnerships. I don't like having one or multiple people at like the highest pedestal ever. Even my best friends, who are technically a rank above my normal friends, I still try to treat them just as equally to my normal friends because, well, they're all still friends at the end of the day. And some people might think it's stupid, or some people might try to think that I should try to do more. Go fuck yourself. Like, look, man, some people are already having trouble enough expressing their feelings, and now you want me to show more for specific people? What if some people get jealous and try to stab me in the back? What if some people think that I'm not being too kind enough and then stab me and kill me in the back, you know? What if some people stab me in the back and kill me? You know, the possibilities are endless here. Is it paranoia? Maybe. Is it overthinking? Also most likely. But is it wrong? No, not really, honestly. So yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way for people who still think that I have a chance with anybody in the world, or if some people think that they would be lucky to have me. I'm gonna need you to go back in time, figure out when you first said that shit, and then like stop yourself, because no. It's so funny too, because I actually made a comic strip with an updated version of my Ashley model, and with my current model, to where the Ashley was like, I'm gonna go confess my feelings to my crush, and then just me in the present time just like hell you will, bitch. I might place that up on screen for people to see, because I don't think I posted it on any sites, and if I did, most people probably didn't see it, but it's okay. I thought it was a funny little comic thing. It was kind of half-assed, I won't lie, quality-wise, but it was still fun to make. I enjoyed it, so at least in that regard, I think it was worth it. But anyways, dodging that, you guys know Sonic Frontiers Update 3? I'm not gonna go too much about this, but let's just say that unlike the last category, to where I was like, oh yeah, people that do this sort of stuff to me, blah blah blah, I don't got any ill will towards them. Let's start with some ill will tonight, ladies and gents, and how do I do a non-binary thing for this? Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. We'll just go with the usual, just to... I was trying to be unique, I'm sorry. That's what happens when you go off the beaten path. But anyways, the fact that someone got so upset with me for my distaste towards Sonic Frontiers over time, to the point to where they unfriended me and all that stuff, that is pitiful, and it makes me fucking laugh, honestly. Like, look, you don't gotta agree with me. There's a lot of people that like Update 3, and that's perfectly cool. But really, if you're gonna get so upset that I dislike a game like this all the time, like, come on, you need to grow up. Especially considering just like, oh, you're gonna get upset for something that's optional? Well, technically purchasing Frontiers was optional. So yes, I am going to be upset with something that's optional. Look, optional or not, you can be upset with things, or dislike things that you originally liked. There's nothing wrong with that. Hell, you can even do vice versa, and you can play something that you originally hated, but then play it again and be like, okay, it's actually not that bad, you know? Happens all the time to a lot of people. It's not a new concept at all. Hell, I'm pretty sure back in the 1800s, people were changing their minds like that all the time. I mean, we're all human at the end of the day. We can't really make definite answers for everything. If that was the case, I wouldn't be depressed. So, anyways, I wanted to bring that up because, well, it's funny as shit, and it makes me laugh that somehow, once again, without me doing fucking anything, I'm in the right. How does this keep happening to me? I don't know. I guess that's what happens when you typically get on neutral terms with sort of things, and just let others beat you down. Even though it's like beating up Naofumi's legendary shield, it does absolutely nothing. And the last thing I want to bring up, which is more of a small thing, kind of tidbit for myself really, I can't say too much on it because YouTube will probably get mad, but let's just say, regardless of your beliefs, whether it be for any form of religion or whatever, right? You obviously have the right to all of those beliefs and whatnot. If you're Christian, atheist, or whatever, right? That's cool. All that's cool. Don't push your beliefs onto someone like a dick, though. Like, if someone's going through a rough time and you just walk up just like, oh, well, if you do this, you'll go to hell. Good job talking to a mirror, dumbass. Like, seriously, don't tell people they're going to hell. I know this kind of seems a little random in comparison to the last two things. Like, I'm still speaking from experience, but I'm not explaining the experience in comparison to the other two. But that just goes to show how much I give a damn about people saying that others will go to hell just for doing things like this. Like, how would you know? Have you ever been there? No, of course you haven't. So shut the fuck up and keep it to yourself and the other people, okay? I don't give a fuck what you believe in, okay? If you believe in God and all that stuff, congratulations. As long as you're a good person, as long as you are friendly, as long as you got morals, then we cool. We chill, alright? We can chill, we can talk and all that stuff. As soon as you start telling people they're gonna go to hell for doing shit, that's when you are pretty much just on death's row already, in my eyes at least. So anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to bring up for this checkup video. Kind of a little bit slower pace than the last one, but like I said, it's because I don't really have much to mention. And if I ever do another future checkup video like this one next year, it'll probably be even less, but it'll also depend on what happens from the year on out. Sorry if this one was a little more compact and kind of bare bones, but I still wanted to make it nonetheless. I still don't even know if I'm going to make this an annual thing, but whatever. All in all, so far everything's just kind of going good. I mean, there's not really much I can complain about in terms of, just everything, honestly. I mean, I won't lie, the only other thing I could really bring up is that I wanted to consider making more VR chat videos, but how the fuck am I gonna do that? Like, it would just be me talking about stuff within VR chat, and I don't think that'd be entertaining enough. I'm sorry, I just don't think it will be. But, anyways, no, that's all for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed me just blabbering about like before, and, I guess, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I guess the other things I'll just bring up is don't call me cute, don't say my voice sounds good, please don't, and you have a good night, day, or afternoon, or whatever it is, where you're watching the video and stuff, and yeah, just have a good one, and don't forget me, please. Yeah.